my fabulous friends. I hope you're doing well. Well, you know what was so interesting is yesterday when I was doing my March predictions, I hesitated and stumbled over the moon in Cancer. No, Jupiter in Cancer, sorry. The moon will be in Cancer later. The Jupiter in Cancer. And I normally say, oh, there's not going to be any war. There's peace talks, because Jupiter is a very peaceful, benefic planet. And then I wake up today, and I was really humming and hawing about that. I was like, oh, but Jupiter can be expansion, and it just wasn't sitting right for me to say, no, it's going to be 100% peace. And I wake up today, and there's bombing going on now. The expansion to me was that it expanded to all those other countries around there. I don't think any of us saw that coming. We saw the US and Israel and Iran, but nobody saw the other Gulf states being hit. So that could be the expansion that I was seeing. I'm going to ask the Sufi Tarot. I'm not getting a feeling that this is going to be World War III, and I keep telling you that. Those energies really aren't in play until about April. But let's find out how long is this going to last. And I've done multiple videos. These cards are so huge, I cannot shuffle them. I've done multiple videos on Iran and the United States and Trump, and I think it was not quite 2 years ago, somebody asked me if the Shah of Iran would ever return, meaning a monarchy returning to Iran. Well, of course, the Shah that was ousted in 1979, he has passed on, but his son is the current crown prince. And I thought, okay, I'll play. And sure enough, the card said, yes, the Shah will return within 2 to 3 years. And even I was kind of shocked by it. I thought, well, I don't know how that's going to happen. And here we are. So they say it might take at least 6 months for the Shah to actually be back on the throne. So that works out into the 2 to 3 year time frame. We have to remember Trump is not calling for war. He's calling for regime change. Words are important. And let's find out. How long is this going to last? I have no doubt the United States is going to win. I'm not even going to ask who's going to win this. I don't know what Iran was thinking by bombing all their neighbors. And truth be told, they bombed American military bases in those. But still, that's an act against your neighbor. 8 of Cups walking away. There's reports that the Ayatollah or the Imam has been perished. It's not official yet. So, but sources that are legitimate are saying they have good intel that he is no longer on this side of the dirt with us. Let's find out. How long is this going to last? We are in our Saturn time right now, and things that are started in the Saturn time take a really long time to resolve themselves. All right. How long is this going to last? 7 of Coins. Okay, this is actually going to take quite a while. 7 of Coins is you plant the apple seed and hopefully one day you'll have a tree that has apples that you can harvest or eat. So that's the kind of energy we're looking at, 7 of Coins. The seed has been planted, but it's going to take quite a while. So possibly 7 months, 7 weeks, 7 months. Usually coins are much longer. They can even be up to years. But I don't think the war is going to go on that long. I think the whole regime change, you have to get new leaders, and if there's an election and the Shah comes back, and even the crown prince said himself, it will take at least 6 months before he's back. There's lots to do. And he'll just kind of watch from afar until they're ready. So I'm going to say at least 7 months before the seeds that are planted today come home to harvest. 9 of Wands in reverse. This is going to be a real battle, guys. This is not going to be as easy as people think it is. we have to remember, like, there's tens of thousands of people that support the current government. So do they become a militia? Do they just simply go underground? This battle, I'm going to say my 9 of Wands is usually 9 months. Sometimes I call it my pregnancy card. Um, Not that you're embattled, it's just, you just are really have boundaries for 9 months, that, what you can and cannot do. So I'm going to say they are going to remain embattled. Wow, Chariot in reverse. It's kind of going to be out of control for a while. Here's another 7. So are we looking at July? Let's see, March, April, May, June, July is 5 months. August, September. Um, Things are really kind of out of control with this Chariot card here. There are 2 factions there. Possibly here, so you look at it this way. This is the United States, and then we have maybe Israel, and here's, dark horse that nobody saw. And perhaps that's like Saudi Arabia jumping in because they said they're going to defend themselves. And, they actually Iran actually hit a civilian hotel. And Saudi Arabia is not very happy with that because, I'm sorry, Dubai. I get them all mixed up all the time. I'm sorry. That's my brain, the way it works. Dubai, which is United Arab Emirates, which a lot of people corrected me, and I apologize for that. A hotel was hit in Dubai, and they rely on that tourism quite a bit. So I'm going to say that there is the United States, there's Israel, and the dark horse that we do not see entering the chat is some of the nations around Iran. But they're really not in as much control as you think they are. Really, they aren't. 6 of Cups. 6 of Cups. I'm going to say this is agreement with people that go back really far in time. So siblings, almost brothers from another mother, kind of thing going on here. I think we are going to see. I wouldn't be surprised if 6 nations come together to help out. 8 of Coins. Well, we're gonna get a master class in how to get some kind of regime out of. I mean, the thing is they're ready. They've never been more ready. The United States. I think we're going to see the 6. I'm getting 6 nations here, and 5 of them were hit, and the one that wasn't hit is, I believe, I can't remember. I'm sorry. Oman. Oman. And that would be the 6th one along the Gulf Coast there. And this is even reminding me kind of the Strait of Hormuz, right? If you put it this way, and it's that little horn part there that Iran has closed. And so, you know what? That affects the economies of all those little nations along there. Saudi, Oman, Bahrain, all of those. And they like their money. So if you start stopping them from making money, and they've got, Mr. America on their side, I think you're in a little bit of trouble. Now we've got 6, 7 to 8 and 9. So I'm going to say it is going to take at least 6 to 9 months to figure this out. Probably 8. 8 can also be August, which is 7 months away. Yeah, it could be. I'm going to say it's going to take that long. 10 of Cups in reverse, on top of the 9 of Wands in reverse. Wow, it's going to be ugly, guys. I am not going to put it in any other way. There's no joy in this. It's going to be ugly. We got another 9. Look at, we're getting all pip cards here. Where are the court cards? Where are the major arcanas? So when you get a lot of pip cards, meaning numbered cards like this, that is telling me that the situation is very fluid, very fluid. So this 9 of coins, they're actually going to end up getting their wish. They're going to end, I'm going to say that, this is the United States. They're going, and they're going to be kind of smug about it. Unfortunately, a lot of people are going to lose their lives. Wow, the Star in reverse on top of the 6 of Cups. Ooh, and here's another thing that's going on. It's Ramadan right now. And, I saw an interesting stat. Iran has now bombed more countries in the Middle East on Ramadan than any other country. Okay, I'm going to say that the United States is going to win. They're going to handily win. They're going to get the other countries on board. I'm going to say, though, they are not creating peace in the Middle East. I'm going to tell you that right now. One of the countries I'm thinking of that has a 6-pointed star here is in reverse, the blue and white. So there's something going to happen that Israel's not going to be happy about it. Or they're not going to be happy. Something. They've been fighting for 2,000 years, and I have no hope it's going to stop fighting in my lifetime, and they'll probably fight for another 2,000 years. It's just what brothers do. 2 of Cups in reverse. There's going to be a couple of countries that have a big disagreement about how this is handled. So we're going to see allies that end up being really upset with each other. Wonder if it is America and Israel. Wow, there he is, the King of Wands, the Shah of Staffs. The King of Wands, which is military or police. I just want to see the current Shah of Iran. I should have looked up his birthday. I did have it before. Something tells me he is an Aries. I know he's the same age as me. I know that for a fact. Reza Pahlavi. Oh no, he's 65. No, he's not. I'm thinking of somebody else. Reza Pahlavi is the next Shah of Iran, if this is successful. He's 65 years old, and his birthday is October 31st. So he is a Scorpio. So he would be the King of Cups. So this Shah of Staffs is telling me this might be military run for the first little while, or yeah, probably military will take over and run it for until like elections can be held, when things are safe for the Shah to return. So it's going to be, I think that's what's going to happen. Hanged Man. Ooh, Hanged Man. You know what, guys? This isn't going to be as easy as they're making it out to be. Is this going to have contagion? I'm going to say no. We just simply don't have enough major arcanas here. We don't have other countries entering the chat. I think that, look at that. There's the Emperor in reverse. And that would be the Sultan. That would be the, the leader. I wonder if that's the current Ayatollah. That almost looks like him, hey? Maybe not. The Sultan in reverse. Ace of Cups. Oh, that's good. That's healing. That's good. Temperance. Angel. Temperance. Peace. Love and peace. I think this here is the Aman Alatola. But I think this is him leaving. And then there's finally peace. Some of the women that were perhaps murdered, they may honor them somehow. This is an angel and they're invisible with wings. This is temperance. This is peace. Look at Four of Staffs, big celebrations, Six of Coins. They're going to need help. Oh, and the Lovers. They're going to need help from other countries to turn this around. I think this is the Ayatollah. This is the people. Look at all this great joy and happiness. I'm going to say that a lot of money has been transferred out of Iran already. And I think this is somehow they're going to try and get some of that money back or ask for their countries. Like, you have to think, if they kick out Islam, now how close are they to the other countries that are run by Islam? Right? They may have to find new allies. I know they're not Christian, they're Zoroastrian. Oh, look at that, the clock agrees. But the six that have been hit, they are going to, how are they going to look at Iran and with a monarchy? And then the other countries do have monarchies, but they're Muslim. What are they? How are they going to perceive them and look at them? Are they going to suddenly become an enemy? The Lovers. I think they're going to find new allies. Two of Swords in reverse. I think they are going to definitely block anything that could happen like that ever again. Ace of Coins, rebuilding, strength in reverse. Yeah, you know what? Money is not going to be their strength. I think, oh, and the Shah of Coins in reverse. The Shah of Coins in reverse, which is the King of Coins in reverse, Seven of Swords. I think it's going to be really touch and go for a while, guys. I really do. I think they're going to try and get allies back. Like, are they still going to be allies with China? China, right? Is China going to not want to deal with them, or what's going on? They've got an ally in Russia. I can't see why Russia would turn their back on, but Russia doesn't need their oil. Other people need Iranian oil. But do you guys remember when Kuwait and in Libya as well, as the outgoing government, they destroy all the oil fields and everything. So it takes a long time to rebuild. So I think there's going to be a long time rebuilding. I am not getting this war at all. I think this is, where's the devil? Where's the tower? I think it's going to be harder than they think it is for the regime change. And Trump was very, very adamant it's a regime change. It is not a war. I'm not getting that there's any contagion here. I'm getting that this isn't going to be a quick turnaround at all. I'm getting that they will eventually win. I'm getting that the Aman or whatever, Alatola, or he will be gone. Whether he's alive or not, I don't really care. I think he's probably won't be. His biggest mistake was telling Trump, I'm going to get you in a way that you'll never get up again. I'm really trying hard with my language. I think that was his biggest mistake, because within 24 hours of the threat to Trump, FO and FA, right? I think they're going to be a country that's going to need a little bit of help. Interesting, Trump did not show up here. You know who that King of Wands could be? Is J.D. Vance. He's a Leo, and Pete Hegseth. He's the Department of War. They could maybe perhaps do something that they step in just to make sure that it's stable, like what their winds are stable, which are not that's not unusual for a country to do. Uh, you know, they did it in Japan, they did in Germany for sure after wars and whatnot. So there might be something like that. There might be something like that that somebody steps in and oversees the stability of it. But it's not going to be as easy as they think. There's going to be resistance. Of course there is. Of course there is. Um, but I think the resistance is from within, not from other countries. And their rebuilding process is not going to be as easy as they think it's going to be. And I wouldn't be surprised if that's when, Trump comes in and uh, it's good economics, business sense, let's say. But yeah, they've hit rock bottom. This Ten of Swords, they've hit rock bottom, pick themselves up, dust themselves off, and they're starting from scratch. They're starting from rock bottom. I wouldn't be surprised if there's zero money in the piggy bank they discover, and they're just going to set up things that can never happen again. And the rest of us should be watching that very closely. All right. Thank you very much for watching. Please take good care. See you online. Bye for now.